Fish urinate. That's not the fact, that's a statement. Hi guys, and welcome back to the Herd Wave and to another video. So as you can tell from the title this week, 5 facts about fish that you may or may not know. If you are a new fish keeper, this might surprise you. If you are a veteran, you're probably thinking, I knew that when I was 5 years old. But anyway, for the people who don't know and who might enjoy this, here we go. These 5 random facts about fish, mainly cichlids, but it does concern other breeds of fish that you may find interesting and might come up in a pub quiz at some point. You never know. Here we go. Interesting random fact number 1. Most species of fish have 2 sets of nostrils, where cichlids only have 1. What they use these for is like what you would assume a nose would be used for. It's for a sense of smell. Now you're probably thinking, how can you smell in water? Because I can't do that. Well, interestingly enough, they use these nostrils to suck in the water and then spit it back out again through their nostrils, and that is how they smell what's going on in their environment. So pretty cool. Just the same as like lizards and like certain types of reptiles use their tongue to pop out and they sense what's going on around them. Fish do pretty much this with their nostrils. You're gonna go look at your fish now, aren't you? You're gonna go look at their noses and be like, do they have 1 or do they have 2? Depending on what species you have, they may have 1, they may have 2. Interesting random fact number 2 is your fish's coloration is controlled by the endocrine and nervous system. And it's actually the pituitary gland that secretes hormones that directs the production and storage of these pigments throughout your fish's whole lifespan. So if you damage your fish's nervous system in any way, that can also affect your fish's coloration because it's all intertwined and it's all connected. Certain types of species will actually use this color pigmentation to camouflage and get away from predators, or they might use this to attract a mate. Notice in African cichlids, you will have some sort of a hierarchy in there, and that is controlled by their colors. And these do this naturally themselves by the color pigmentations. Basically, the pituitary gland is very important to your fish. It is what sets them up for life, so they can control their hormones and they control their color pigmentation. So a bit like your African cichlids, you will notice like a hierarchy in there, and they do this naturally. They will secrete this hormone and their color pigmentation to change colors, and that's how you notice you have more dominant males, more submissive males, and then you have the females. So interesting fact, that is actually how this enables your fish to change color like this. You ever notice when you add a new fish into the tank, that one dominant male that is beautiful in color suddenly changes? That's why. He's either feeling threatened or he wants to camouflage himself to suss out the situation. This is what's known as their autonomic nervous system, which directs rapid color changes to assess the situation as predator, a threat. He's not too sure, he's thinking he's bit off more than what he can chew, he's going to tone it down a bit, or he might just want to be sussing out the situation just to see what's going on, and then at the last minute he might be like, just colour back. You never know. It's just to assess the situation. So if you ever notice that with your fish, how they suddenly change, that is their rapid nerve response, and this is a natural reaction. All controlled through the endocrine and their nervous system. Random fish fact number 3. Fish urinate, and they do this mainly through their gills or a urinary pore. So the kidney actually helps control the amount of ammonia that is actually in the fish's body itself. Fish will urinate through either their gills or through what's called a urinary pore. The urinary pore is what eliminates urine that has been filtered through their kidneys. Freshwater fish actually eliminate most of their urine through this urinary pore, and freshwater fish have to eliminate most of the water that they intake. Fish actually have 2 kidneys. You have a head kidney, and that is what filters most of the urine through their gills, and then you have another kidney which I suppose could be a Sue kidney. Should we call it that? Call it the Sue kidney. Head kidney, Sue kidney. And the Sue kidney is what uses to filter that urine through the urinary pore. Freshwater fish's kidneys actually save up the iron and they excrete all of the water. Random fish fact number 4. There are around 4 categories, I suppose, that we could say of types of fish. So if you take African cichlids, for example, these live in a hierarchy system. You will have alpha males, submissive males, alpha females, and more submissive females. And you will also have a couple of males that just kind of don't really want to get mixed up in all that boy drama. They just want an easy life. So second one would be a schooling fish, and that would be things like your neon tetras, who join together as one to make themselves look bigger to ward off predators. These are generally smaller fish or placid fish, more laid back fish, and they just kind of want to go with the flow, so they will all join together, make themselves look bigger so they can actually get on with their day and feel a little bit more secure in that. So second one would be a shoaling fish. So these are things like, say, goldfish, and they kind of just go together. They like to just follow around, just like to be in a group. So again, security in numbers, but they still are their individual selves. They don't try to make themselves look all as one. They just kind of, it's like a group. It's like a group situation. You know, when you go out and you go out as a single, or you go out as a pair, and then you go out as a group. That's kind of what goldfish are like. They kind of go out as a group. So that's that definition. Lastly, we would have things like solitary fish who just want to be alone, who can't handle the drama, don't want to be involved with nobody else. They just want to do their own thing. They want their own place, okay? They want to sleep on both sides of the bed. They don't care. Like for hackapuffer fish, things like that, they are generally known as solitary fish, and you just want to kind of keep them by themselves. A bit like hamsters. They're like the Syrian hamsters of the fish world. They like to be by themselves, and if you put them with other fish, it's going to go down, basically. So it's kind of how you want to see them. Think of those types of fish as Syrian hamsters, only in water. But don't try that with your hamster, please, okay? It will not end well. Random fish fact number 5. Try saying that fast. Random fish fact number 5. Random fish fact number 5. Random fish fact number 5 is there are 4 types of colour pigmentation. That's 8, but you know, you get the gist. It's 4. There are 4 types of colour pigmentation. You have the yellow pigmentation, and I'll put the scientific word underneath here. You have black brown, and that is a melanin. You have the blue pigmentation, and you have red and orange pigmentation, or keratin. Now, interestingly enough, fish can't produce keratin, and they can't produce yellow themselves. They need to get that from an external source, which is their food. So think of it a little bit like vitamin C with people. We can't produce it ourselves. We need to get it from an external source, mainly being our food source. And a quick bonus for you, if you are starting to notice that your fish are pooping red, that means the food you are feeding is got too much red pigmentation in there. It is larger than other pigmentations, so it is harder for your fish to digest. That's why it comes out like in their poo, because they're not digesting it properly. And let's throw in a little extra one for you here. If you have one species of fish, they are called fish, and the plural to that is fish. Now if you have 2 types of species, or 3 or 4 or 5, plural will be fishes. So next time somebody says fishes is not correct English, just say it depends how many species you're talking about. Okay, that was 5 random facts about fish that you might not have already known. If you did, let me know. If any of these on that list actually surprised you, drop it down in the comments and let me know what you think about it. So that's it for another video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this little fun video. Subscribe if you're not already. YouTube is telling me that people are watching and not subscribing. Why are you not subscribing? You just have to click a button, that's all. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe if you're not already. Click the notification bell, lets you know every time I upload a video. And with that being said, don't forget to like, thumbs up, all that jazz, and I will catch you on my next one. Bye now.